Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a long time, but Aubameyang signed, Mkhitaryan signed, Sanchez is gone, Ozil's re-signed. There's been a lot happening, so I figured I can't help but make a video because there's a lot to talk about. So let's get into it. The big news: Sanchez, Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, Ozil re-signing. I felt like I had to make a video. It's not really a match review video, even though we had a great result last night, but it's more just what's happened in the last week. It's very unlike Arsenal. Is there changes happening? I feel like there is. My opinion of Aubameyang, brilliant signing. He's 28, which is unlike Arsenal to sign. He's a bit older than we'd expect. But when you've got Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Lacazette, Ramsey in the form that he was in, it just feels like we've got a lot of great attacking power. What we're going to worry about is obviously defensively, and geez, even last night with Mustafi and some of his passing, it just seems like they're very hesitant, and I know that, you know, they probably feel like they've got the pressure of the world on their shoulders because of Swansea and some obviously very other terrible results they've had previously away from home. But taking away from that, attacking-wise, we seem to be in a really good position. I feel like Aubameyang, he said he wants to be the next Henry. He's got everything about him. He's got the speed, he's got the number, he's got the height, he's got the power, he's got the finishing. I mean, that goal last night, even though it might have been a bit offside, that finishing, it's just comfortable, and he didn't hesitate at all. And how long has it been since we've had a striker that just doesn't hesitate? He knows how to finish, he knows where the goalie is, and he makes perfectly timed runs. I mean, that ball from Ozil in the game last night where Aubameyang just got away from the defence, it's just, even though he didn't finish it, it was a good save from the goalkeeper. You're just looking at it and you're like, this is unbelievably exciting. Not many teams can just whip a ball forward and the defence absolutely shits themselves that they know, holy crap, there's absolutely no defender, we can't keep up with this guy, and they've got Ozil and they've got Mkhitaryan behind them waiting for the crumbs. It's super exciting, and to some teams that think that this isn't a good signing, they're dreaming. I mean, I watched a Liverpool video, and one of their Liverpool Fan TV guys was just jealous that we got him, you know, and it's like, we didn't need him because we had Lacazette, but hopefully in some way we can fit them into the same team. But I know what some people are going to say on here is that, well, one of them's going to have to become a winger, and I know they both have in their own roles in previous teams, but I would love to see somewhat of 4-4-2, or just to, you know, have Lacazette slightly behind Aubameyang, almost as a number 10, and then have Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Ramsey, Xhaka behind them, and then with the width of Bellerin and maybe Koscielny or Monreal pushing up, with obviously Mustafi and Koscielny. So I feel like there's some adaptability there, but it's something that Wenger's probably going to have to trial a little bit in the next couple of months. But the good thing is, all we need now to focus on in the summer in signings is just defensive midfielders and centre backs and goalkeepers. So I mean, it sounds like a whole team, but I think with the first third of the pitch we've got something really special there. It's just the rest, and even Ramsey proved that he's not a forgotten guy. He's still got some serious talent about him. He's a world-class player in his own right. We've seen him a couple of years ago, how good he was. He never scored hat-tricks then. He did it last night, and his finishing was really good, you know, where he's kind of generating chances, but they're always half chances, scuffed chances, off target. But there seemed to be a really decisive player, and the whole team just seemed very decisive. And that leads me to my next point on Sanchez leaving and what that does for our team. I feel like in the changing rooms, it was very negative. And even on the pitch, when you've got a player like him, he wants the ball. He constantly wants the ball. And it's not always a good time for him to have the ball. And in a similar ilk for Ronaldo at Madrid, you always go to those players because they're the best players in the world, and they're the best player in your team, and when they call for it and they don't get it, they get angry, and it's up to you to give them the ball. And I feel like a lot of the time Sanchez just wasn't in the right position to receive the ball, and we still gave it to him, and it slowed down our attacks, or there was a better option, we didn't go for it. Whereas last night, it just seemed to me, and I don't know how you feel, but we had way more balance. There was Aubameyang, it was Mkhitaryan, it was Ozil, it was Ramsey going forward, it was Iwobi doing a good shift. He was quite good last night, even though I feel like Lacazette and Wilshere are ahead of him in the pecking order. It just feels like that was more of a team. It wasn't, what's Ozil going to do? What's Sanchez going to do? The team with Sanchez in it is very much dependent on, in the overall performance, is dependent on Sanchez. If he's good, we're good. If he's not, we then look at Ozil and say, okay, well, what are you going to do to save us? But it wasn't about that. It was just constant pressure from everyone. We were tackling, we were passing, we were running forward in numbers. We weren't just pinging it to Sanchez where he holds it up and looks around, has players around him and then slows the play down. It was constantly moving forward. Even Mkhitaryan, he just got the ball and even with his back to goal, turned and went for it. And that chance that he had in the first half, first 10 minutes, was so close. And we haven't had a player that direct before. And even Aubameyang, you could see with the defenders, they always looked over their shoulder because they were worried if he gets the ball and he runs, no one in the Premier League is going to, no one on earth, no defender is going to keep up with him. And that's something that it's just going to scare teams. And hopefully when we move to Tottenham at Wembley next week, he can do that and we can somehow fit Lacazette in. I felt like it was a bit harsh for him not to get any minutes last night. I knew he wasn't going to start, but I feel like we don't want him to feel like you're the next Giroud now, which I've seen a lot of comments about. We might even sell him in the next transfer window, which is just stupid because he's a genuinely good striker and he's had a tough start to his career at Arsenal, but he'll get better. And I feel like the competition, we need that with Lacazette and Aubameyang. We can't just get rid of Lacazette and have Aubameyang as the number one striker and no backup. We need to have someone there, and if we could fit them into the team together, it'd be fantastic. But anyway, guys, I felt like it's been a year or two since I've done a video. I needed to make it. There's been a lot of news with Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Sanchez, and Aubameyang, obviously, and I just felt like I needed to share my thoughts. Please leave a comment what you think of the current lineup with Aubameyang in it and Mkhitaryan. How can we fit Lacazette in? Ozil re-signing is bigger news than all of that. We're going to build a team around him, and he's just, in times of need, he didn't leave like a Fabregas, like a Van Persie, like a Sanchez. He stayed and he wants to fight for top four and for Champions League and to really lift Arsenal to the next level in the coming season. So that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching. Like, sub, comment, do all that stuff. I'll see you soon.